MJF absolutely obliterates WWE by making them look extremely desperate for him. He goes on to talk about a lot of juicy stuff that I want to get into on this episode of Screw the Script. Welcome back, everybody, to Screw the Script. I'm your host, as always, Maverick here. Thanks for joining me. Before I get into the MJF stuff and the craziness that this interview was with Chris Van Vliet, if any of you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend going to watch it. It's one of the best interviews CVV has ever had. MJF is just light years ahead of many other wrestlers his age or even younger or right around his age when it comes to on the mic. He is just a natural. He was just born with the gift of gab. Before I get on to that MJF stuff, I need to announce the winner of my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm sorry it took a little while. I hit 1,000 right after the holidays, and honestly, my wallet was dry after spending money on the family and other extended family members and things like that. So it took a little bit of time, and then it also took a little bit of time for me to set on an idea and everything, and the giveaway, which is a t-shirt of this individual's choice. Before I announce that winner, you can reach me at the Instagram link that I have in the channel. Just go out there and send a message out my way that way. That's probably the easiest, and then I can kind of go from there. We can either do PayPal, Venmo. If you would rather have like a gift card, a digital gift card I can send to you, whatever it is, just let me know. But without further ado, let's announce the winner.
And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for.
Right up there, that is the winner, a random comment and subscriber selected by a generator that I used, Mark the Shark 7588. Mark the Shark 7588, you are the winner of the free t-shirt of your choice, covered by me. Congratulations, and thanks for everyone that tried to win and were a part of it. I will be doing more giveaways, and honestly, the bigger this channel gets, the bigger the giveaways will get. I'm thinking once I hit 5,000 subscribers, that's when I'll do the next one, and then I'll do another one at 10,000, and you get the idea, and so on. And each one's going to get a little bit bigger. I wanted to start with something a little smaller, which was a pro wrestling t-shirt. So again, congratulations to you. Now on to the MJF stuff. He absolutely roasted WWE in these comments, basically make him look extremely desperate. And it's funny because there are so many E-stands out there that say that AEW is not where the best wrestle. Oh, it's WWE. It's our 45-plus-year-old men, blah, blah, blah. But then you see the actual owners of WWE, Triple H, the GM, all these people that want AEW wrestlers, specifically MJF. He goes on to say that they wanted him badly and they tried hard to steal him away from AEW back in 2024. There was a lot of interest. I had some nice talks with some nice folks who are high up on the chain in WWE, and they were interested in me. They're still very much so interested in me, and I understand why, he goes on to say. But for all of my faults, one thing I'm not is unprofessional. If you put a contract in front of me with the right amount of money, I'm going to do this. I'm going to broadcast how important those three letters are. Those three letters are just as important as these three, which, MJF. Because you're paying me to say that. Now, do I believe it's true? You'll never know, and that's the beauty of it. No matter what promotion I'm working for, I'm going to shamelessly shill what's going on. Now, can I look in the camera and say I really do believe everything I've said prior to this? Yes, I can, but they'll never know. And that was MJF via Insight with Chris Van Vliet. Now, that's just the start of it, but then it doesn't stop there. It goes on with this. He calls out one of their biggest wrestlers, a guy that was in AEW for 2 years, CM Punk. He suggests CM Punk might be a hypocrite due to recent comments since joining WWE. I hope CM Punk is able to enjoy what he's accomplishing over there. I have no idea because the things that he said in my company do go against the things that he's saying now in WWE. Some people might say that it's hypocritical. That's not my place. All I know is, since I've jumped into pro wrestling, I've been saying the same thing since the jump. My tune has not changed. I'm Maxwell Jacob Freeman, and I'm better than you, and you know it. I also won't sit here and lie to you and tell you that I didn't learn so much through my hatred of that man, CM Punk. I learned that difference between good and great. That's what I learned. Now, do I like him? Again, I'll reiterate, no. I wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire to put that fire out. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend I didn't learn from him. And he goes on further from there, but that's a snippet. Again, a great interview. I mean, I called out CM Punk last week being a huge hypocrite. I mean, we've seen him sell out to the Saudis. We see him now be in the main event of one of the 2 nights of WrestleMania, which he poked fun with about when he was in AEW. I had that clip up on one of last week's videos as well. CM Punk is a huge fucking hypocrite. MJF probably had to hold himself back in this interview because he didn't want to go off on it, but it's the damn truth. And then, he's still not done. Now he goes on to grill the WWE fan base. When it comes to WWE, he sends a message to the WWE fans who haven't yet given an AEW a try or just choose not to watch it out of spite. I think our pay-per-views are the best. It's not even close. I think our matches are the best, and we have the best promo guy in the business who's sitting right here. So if you've not watched our product before and you're watching this interview, we're on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on TBS and HBO Max. We're on Saturdays on TNT and HBO Max at 8 p.m. both Eastern Standard Time. Give us a watch, and if you don't want to give us a watch because you somehow feel indebted to one company, he says, A, you're weird, and B, I feel bad for you because you're missing out on me. That is the biggest crime of them all. I mean, it's true. They are missing out on the greatest weekly shows. They are missing out on pay-per-views that completely take a fat shit on WWE's PLEs, and it's been like that for since it started, really. Yes, AEW had a rough patch in 2023 and most of 2024. All wrestling companies do. Look at TNA. They almost folded and went under, and now they're doing a little bit better now that they have an AMC deal. Look at NXT. It's not nearly as good as it was in the black and gold era, I would argue. And we all know that Raw and SmackDown both have had all kinds of ups and downs throughout the decades if they've been around. What I do know is proof in numbers. Right up there is the Raw review, the Raw ratings from this past Raw. 4.78 from when I screen grabbed that. That is awful. And then look at the comparison. 9.13 from this past Wednesday's Dynamite, which felt like a free fucking pay-per-view. It's probably going to be better than WWE's actual PLE that's coming up next. And we all know for a fact that Revolution is going to be better than WrestleMania. I'm standing by that right now before we even see the rest of the cards for both shows. I mean, here's another graphic, something that I saw that was funny. There's AEW fans enjoying wrestling, actual wrestling, and then right beneath it, WWE fans enjoying wrestling, and that's all numbers and money and metrics because that's all they can hang their hat on. Their actual wrestling, their actual shows, Raw is a fucking stinker every week. Their PLEs are glorified Raws that aren't worth the money at all to spend on ESPN+. Now going on to some other AEW news before I get on to a little bit of WWE news, but this is mostly an AEW video. Brody King and WBD, Tony Khan confirmed he was not held off of AEW Dynamite by WBD due to the ICE stuff. I don't want to get political on this channel, but I will say that I'm glad that that wasn't true because that would be awful. It would be against freedom of speech. Whether or not you agree with Brody King and his anti-ICE rhetoric doesn't really matter. He shouldn't have been removed from television, and I kind of wanted to wait on this because I was like, is this actually true? And it looks like it wasn't. So we saw other wrestling channels share it without actually waiting for proof, and that's not what this is all about on Screw the Script. Another thing right here, Will Ospreay, god damn it, he has been teasing us. This is his second time now. What are you doing, Will? Stop teasing us. He shared a post from 2021. AJ Styles says, it was like I was looking into the mirror. Congratulations to New Japan IWGP champion Will Ospreay. And he retweeted that recently. Will Ospreay, what are you doing? Do you know something we don't know? Please share with us. Or is this just a massive tease? Also, this past Wednesday, we saw literally one of the greatest Dynamites ever. We saw Kyle Fletcher regain the title, which was a huge fucking shocker. Going back to what I've already said multiple times on this channel, that AEW is truly the fresher and more unpredictable show in 2026. And That's perfect fucking proof right there. And then you also saw a new women's champion, Tekla, winning against Chris Statlander in that strap match. You saw the Young Bucks win when Private Party returned. I got that right too. I said it was going to be one of 3 teams, and Private Party was one of them. And there you go. I was not expecting Fletcher to regain the title. It makes sense though. He landed in Australia earlier today, and he looks great with that belt in his home country. So he'll likely go over Mark Briscoe and retain. But I think Ciampa will probably beat him for the title again in the future. And then eventually I see those two having a rubber title match. A lot of people are grilling Ciampa, saying that, and grilling AEW, saying that they've wasted Ciampa. Well, let's clear the air here, because Ciampa himself has come out and talked about this. I truly think it's all storyline, and people just need to shut the hell up. Mainly E-stands, really. He goes on to say, I'll give myself one night to reflect, one night to sit with my emotions, but when that sun rises, we'll get back to work. No excuses, no what-ifs, no regrets, any given Sunday. AEW, we're the best to wrestle. Congratulations, Kyle Fletcher. See you soon. So I don't think that their feud is done. It's not going to just be a one-off match. Going back to what I just said a minute ago, I think they are going to have a rubber title match at some point down the line, and we'll probably see Ciampa beat him that time to regain the TNT champ. In the meantime, there's rumors that Johnny Gargano might actually be leaving WWE. Maybe he can form DIY in AEW to take down FTR for the tag titles, and then let Fletcher run with the TNT belt for a while again until they lose those tag titles to maybe somebody. Now, this is just an idea, obviously. And then he goes on to face Fletcher and win that title back. That's just an idea off the top of my head. Now, to finish the video, just a couple quick WWE things that are honestly really laughable, and I want to share them with you guys. Allegiant Stadium announces a 25% discount for WrestleMania tickets, probably because there's so fucking much money. And here's more proof of that. Some breaking news from earlier this week. WWE reportedly held an emergency meeting to discuss the low ticket sales for Mania 42. It was noted that during a recent internal meeting, officials in the company were unhappy and acknowledged that ticket sales for WrestleMania 42 are currently way below expectations. However, despite that, WWE plans to stay the course and has no intention of lowering ticket prices. Well, again, this was earlier in the week. They have 25% off because they still have thousands of tickets for each night to sell. And usually Mania tickets sell very fast. It's WrestleMania. It's their biggest show of the year. This comes after the company had made a decision to return to Vegas for Mania 42 instead of heading back to New Orleans following the massive success of Mania 41, which honestly, again, just in terms of money, it was a success. WrestleMania 41 was not very good overall. I don't expect 42 to be very good overall. Again, they're money first, pro wrestling second in WWE. And it's just stupid that are they just always going to have them in Vegas or New Orleans? And if not there, well, I'll see it in Saudi Arabia eventually too. They were supposed to come into Minnesota, and they lost a bit on that, I think, twice now over the last 10 years. And I have friends that like WWE a lot still. They were pissed that that's happened to Minnesota, I believe, twice now. I don't see them ever coming here, personally, over to Minnesota. That's just my beliefs, because it's a smaller market city. And now with TKO especially owning majority of WWE, they're going to want to go to these bigger cities that draw the most crowd, the most money. And honestly, like I said a minute ago, probably Saudi Arabia at some point. That's all I had in this episode of Screw the Script. You let me know down below your thoughts on all the MJF stuff. If you watched it fully, I suggest you do if you haven't. Let me know your thoughts on the WrestleMania ticket sales, and then any other thing mentioned in this video. And again, one more time, congratulations to the winner of the free shirt. I will be doing another giveaway once I hit 5,000 subscribers. As always, this has been Maverick with Screw the Script. Enjoy Grand Slam Australia tomorrow, and have a good weekend.